You don't need a stronger mindset. You need a body that can hold what you're asking it to do. Because if your body can't hold it, clarity doesn't stay, boundaries don't hold, and change doesn't last. And this is where most people get stuck. We try to do it with our mind. We try to focus harder, be more disciplined, stay on track. Like not eating that piece of chocolate in the fridge. You tell yourself, not going to have it. You distract yourself. You eat something healthy instead. Maybe 2 things. Maybe you raid the entire fridge for every healthy snack in there. All the while, you're still thinking about that piece of chocolate. And guess what? You'll end up going back to eat that piece of chocolate in the end. Not because you don't have willpower, but because your body wasn't able to hold the urge. So the question isn't, why can't I stick to this? The question is, what happens when my body can't hold it? When clarity doesn't stay, that's when boundaries don't hold. That's when change collapses. This isn't about discipline. It's about capacity. And once you see that, it changes how you approach everything. You stop trying to force outcomes and start paying attention to what your body can actually hold. So if it's not discipline and it's not mindset, what does it actually mean to hold something? Because this is where the conversation starts to shift. We stop asking, why can't I follow through? And we start asking, what is my body actually able to stay with? Because holding on to something isn't about controlling it. It's about staying present with it without leaving yourself. And most of us were never taught how to do that. We were taught how to push, how to override, how to disconnect, but not how to stay. And staying is the part that actually creates change. Because when we can stay, things move through you instead of getting stuck. What does holding actually mean? Let's make this simple and a little honest. Think about how much you want to be held by someone else. A hug, a conversation, being seen. What do you actually want from them? You want them to be here with you, not leave when it gets uncomfortable. Let you feel what you feel. Speak to you with respect. Not try to fix you. That's what being held feels like. Now, I want you to flip it. What if you were the one doing that for yourself? Not perfectly, just intentionally. Would you stay with yourself the same way? Or would you fix, rush, override, or check out? Holding is staying present. Holding is not leaving yourself. Holding is building capacity across your body. Your physical body stays. Your emotional body allows what's there. Your mental body doesn't turn against you. And your spiritual body trusts and allows who you are. Holding is not forcing. It's not pushing. It's not discipline. It's not overriding. It's a different kind of strength. The kind that doesn't need to prove anything because it's not leaving. So ask yourself this: where do I naturally leave myself? And what would it look like to stay? The body doesn't feel safe. And this is where it gets really honest. You might know you want to change something in your life, like how you speak to yourself. And for a few days, you do really well. You're more aware, more gentle, more intentional. And then something doesn't go to plan. You feel the tension start to build. At first, you avoid it. It wasn't my fault. Then you distract. You do something you're good at just to feel capable again. But eventually, it catches up. The overthinking starts. What if it was my fault? What if I'm not good enough? What will people think? And just like that, you're right back where you started. Not because you failed, but because your body couldn't hold the discomfort long enough to move through it. When the body doesn't feel safe, it defaults to tension, to avoidance, to distraction, to overthinking. And this shows up everywhere. Starting something new, setting a boundary, speaking truth. You feel it in your body first, then your mind follows. So this isn't failure, it's capacity. And the more you understand that, the less you turn against yourself in those moments. I see this all the time. I've lived it too. You want a certain outcome, maybe a better relationship with your kids. You want to feel appreciated, loved, connected. So you give the way you define love. You plan something meaningful. You show up how you think you should look. And then it doesn't land the way you expected. They want something practical. They want less time, not more time. And suddenly it feels like I'm not appreciated. They don't love me. But the deeper layer is this: the discomfort of not being received the way you hoped is something your body has to be able to hold. And when it can't, we default. We personalize it. We create a story. We protect ourselves. Not because we're wrong, but because the feeling underneath it was too much to stay with. I've done this. My clients do this. It's human. And it's capacity. And when you start to see it that way, you can meet yourself differently inside of it. Think of your body as the container for your life, not your thoughts, not your plans, your body. If your body is tense, everything feels pressured. If your body is collapsed, everything feels overwhelming. If your body is steady, everything becomes more workable. You don't build the life first. You build the body that can hold it. Because every moment, how you feel, how you breathe, how you carry yourself shapes how you move through it. Same situation, different body, totally different experience. That's the container. And most people are trying to change their life without ever changing the container that's holding it. So just notice, how does my body feel right now? And what is that creating for me? Capacity grows when you stay instead of immediately fixing. Not forever, just a few seconds longer than you normally would. Notice your body, your posture, your breath. Just notice. Let a feeling be there without escaping it. That's where most people leave themselves. Give your body support, strength, posture, grounding. A supported body can hold more. And over time, those few extra seconds become something your body recognizes as safe. And this shows up in really simple moments. Hard conversations, silence, not fixing, saying less. Holding doesn't look dramatic. It looks like staying when you would normally leave. And that might not look like much from the outside, but internally, it changes everything. It looks like asking someone how they want to be loved instead of loving them the way you think it should look. Maybe nothing is wrong with you. Maybe your body just hasn't had the capacity yet. And that changes how you see everything. Because you're not broken. You're building. The building takes repetition. It takes showing up in those small moments over and over again. And I want you to feel a little bit more space here, a little less pressure to get it right, and a little more trust that you can stay. You don't need to become someone new. You need to become someone your body can support. And that doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small moments where you notice and you stay, where you feel something uncomfortable, and instead of leaving, you stay a little longer. That's how capacity builds. Not through force, through presence, through staying with yourself in a way you maybe have never before. And over time, that becomes the body that can hold your life. Not because you forced it to change, but because you stayed long enough for your body to trust it and begin to hold it. Our shift has ended for today.